It's so valuable to stop and look back on your progress when you are in the hard work phases of putting a race season together. We are close though. I think we'll have some 2017 season announcements coming soon. A typical race begins with some hands-on setup.
This is when I get really stressed out. I just want to go drive the race car.
We've had some amazing support from friends and family. Sonoma was one of the most special.
I'm 7 years to It's okay to go through something like this because we have a support system.
It's been so touching to have your support and your friendship, and it's why we do what we do. And to have something so productive as Racing for Cancer Cause and seeing success stories like yours come from racing. Because there were times where it feels like a very selfish sport. It's one person that gets to be in the car, and then how many guests did we have this weekend? The sponsors, probably 150 to 200 people making this all happen for me to be in the car living my dream. So to have Racing for Cancer be a part of it and to see how it affects survivors like you, other people that are fighting, Kate, Mason, all that just brings it home, and it's an honor to be behind the wheel representing.
And there's a
Thank you.
Derek flew into Sonoma from a Lamborghini race in Texas. He learned quickly that he needed to mentally adjust to the Aston, a very different car. Derek and Jason as a team each drove a race on these weekends to split costs. One would drive Saturday and one would drive Sunday.
So Jason and I, we tend to like the car pretty similar to each other, so the setup should be fine.
It's just power down coming off. He's getting loose.
Which we have to fix. This is probably our only advantage on the whole track.
This pushed them to compromise on the setup of the car, both giving individual feedback.
You got within 2 tenths of me, but it doesn't do it. Our car, I mean, George only got a 43.1. Yeah, it's just not in our car, dude.
We got to figure it out. I'm willing to take a giant swing at it. I could drive that thing with 3 tires just as good as we just drove it. So whatever we do, we need to get with Peter.
I jumped in the car, and the first session went pretty well. I was P8 in warm-up, which is probably one of the better position finishes coming out of a session that I've had. But this is my home track, and I know it very well. And I knew the car was not behaving correctly. I knew there was a lot more speed in the car. I was definitely having quite a bit of trouble holding grip in the carousel, late to power there. And one of the odd things that I was doing in turn 10, which is kind of a nothing turn, it was doing a little rear end oversteer, some oversnap. I couldn't hold flat in 10, which is just not normal.
We haven't touched this thing really since Road America. Once we got this thing running really good at Road America, it's been like a couple, like one turn of ride height change with maybe a little bit of wing, and then Peter does clicker stuff.
This will be a good test for me. This is all about like turning it on like a switch. We have 0 time in the car, not a single lap, and going straight into the front. So. Be fun. Mason's still here from all the way from Road America.
I got out of the car. Derek and I have to split qualifying. We share a car, so we have a 30-minute session. So that means we have about 14 minutes each when we come into the pits and do a driver change. I pitted about a lap early to give him a couple extra minutes, just in case of any incidents on track, and he hasn't been in the car yet, so I wanted to give him, more.
So I'm in pit lane. I can hear Derek on the radio, though he's not saying anything right now. That seemed to go really good. They have good comments about the car. I think we're in good shape. So he's out qualifying, and we'll see what he says when he gets back.
Wow.
Why is John shaking his head?
Because our cars can't do 42 flats. Impossible.
What do you have to say?
Not
about
even
that?
with all the weight out.
And you saw what the brakes were doing. You were there.
Yeah. So that happened on this car too, which that's a whole other issue. But yeah, like that's why we changed the pump on that car.
Yeah.
So I thought that was gonna fix that, but I don't know if I can figure it out. So
It's just weird.
I miss it. I miss our race family. I'm ready to get some races on the calendar. We may not get a full season, but we aren't going away easy.